Today we have a list of the best outdoor basketball shoes. What's up guys, welcome to WearTesters.com official YouTube channel. My name is Evan, and today, as I mentioned, we have a very special video. Today we have a list of the top performance basketball shoes for outdoors. We'll have affiliate links for all the shoes we mentioned in the video in the description box below, in case any of the shoes catch your eye and you want to pick up a pair. Now, as much as I love playing indoor basketball, there really is nothing better than playing outdoors on a nice day. That's why we've put together this list of the best outdoor basketball shoes, so you don't have to trash your go-to pair and still get a great performance basketball shoe that's well suited for outdoors. And your outdoor basketball shoes really should be different to your indoor basketball shoes. Back in the day when I played organized basketball, our coaches wouldn't let us play with our outdoor sneakers indoors, because with our outdoor hoop shoes, we would get pebbles stuck within the traction system. Now, if you play with those shoes on a nice hardwood floor,
man, I cut you up so bad. You gonna wish I know cut you up so bad.
Now, this isn't the only reason why your outdoor pair should be different to your indoor pair. Outdoor basketball is normally played on concrete, and that means several things. One, concrete doesn't absorb as much impact as hardwood or a PVC court, so you're gonna want a shoe that gives you a little extra impact protection. Two, that concrete is also normally very abrasive, and it was almost designed on purpose to wear down the traction pattern of your shoes. So when we're talking about outdoor basketball shoes, we're looking for a pretty durable traction setup. And lastly, playing outdoors will deteriorate your shoes quicker. So if you can, you want your outdoor basketball shoes to be on the more affordable side. You might also have seen that I made a similar list for WearTesters in Español.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
For those of you who don't know, WearTesters now has a Spanish-speaking YouTube channel where we cover all the same topics, just in Spanish. On that channel, we also have a best outdoor basketball shoe list, but it's slightly different to the one today. And that's because the meaning of an affordable basketball shoe is very different in Europe and Latin America than it is in the United States. So just keep that in mind. Starting the list off, we have the Jordan Zion 2. The Zion 2 is a huge upgrade on the Zion 1, and it's a pretty great basketball shoe all around, but it's a really great outdoor option. With the Zion 2, you're getting a ton of impact protection in the form of a 4-foot Zoom Air unit and a heel air unit, which should help keep you on the blacktop for hours. The upper on the Jordan Zion 2 is built with pretty cheap synthetic leathers, but where these cheap materials are probably not ideal for a signature shoe, they do work really well outdoors. They offer a lot of containment, and most importantly, they're very durable. And then there's the traction. Traction on the Zion 2 is excellent both indoors and outdoors, but that durable solid rubber outsole makes it a great choice for hooping outdoors. Now, the traction pattern isn't the most deeply set that we've ever seen, so the shoe won't last forever, but again, that rubber is pretty tough, so you should be good for a while.
Holy smokes, that was too close.
On top of that, the Jordan Zion 2 won't break the bank. They retail for about 120 bucks, and I've seen them on a bunch of websites for much less. So if you catch the Zion 2 on sale, it makes it an even better option. Moving on to the next shoe on the list, we have the Puma Court Rider 2, which in my opinion is one of the best Puma models we've had this year. And a great option if you're looking for a reactive, inexpensive hoop shoe for outdoors. Now, the Puma Court Rider 2 feels way more premium than it actually is in hand, and that's because of the choice of materials, the layering, and the overall design. None of the materials are actually premium, but the construction of the shoe makes it feel really great in hand. And they perform really well on court as well. In terms of traction, we have a strong rubber compound with a really weird traction pattern, which is basically the word Puma repeated a million times along the sole. Surprisingly, this traction pattern worked really well indoors and outdoors, surprisingly to me at least. And if we're talking strictly about outdoor use, that rubber compound is strong enough to excel outdoors. In terms of cushioning, we have full-length Rider foam, which is one of the several foam cushioning systems that Puma uses. Admittedly, it's on the more reactive side, but it does offer a good amount of impact protection, so this will be a great option for outdoor play, especially if you like a more reactive setup or you're a lighter, shiftier style of player. And the Puma Court Riders 2 pricing makes this shoe even more attractive. The shoe retails for 100 bucks, but I've seen them as low as 50 in a lot of places.
What did you say?
And especially at that price point, you're getting a ton of bang for your buck. One thing you definitely have to keep in mind with the Puma Court Rider 2 is that they fit a little long. I bought my pair in my usual size 12, and honestly I would have been well served with an 11.5. So if you're interested in a pair, make sure to go down that half size. But as always, there's nothing better than trying them on in store. The next shoe on our list has a lot in common with the Puma Court Rider 2, and it's the Adidas Dame Certified. And actually there's several different Adidas basketball shoes that could have been in this spot. I'm talking about the Harden Step Back 3, the Sun Tie 2, the Dynasty 2 4, and the Dame 8. But in my opinion, if we're talking about outdoor use exclusively, the best of all of them is the Dame Certified.
There can be only one!
And that's mainly because of the traction pattern. We have a very resilient solid rubber outsole with a wave bone traction pattern. This is one of the more durable setups I've seen on a basketball shoe in a while, and it should hold up really well to playing outdoors. In terms of cushioning, we have full-length bounce, which again is a more reactive cushion setup, but it does its job well in terms of impact protection. On top of that, we have a durable upper that combines textiles with some synthetic leather overlays. You can see how the shoe reminds me a little bit of the Puma Core Rider 2. Both have really good resilient traction, both have a more reactive cushion setup, and both have really nice layered materials on the upper. The materials on the Dame Certified work really well on court, they offer a ton of lockdown, they're lightweight, they're well ventilated, and similar to the Puma Core Rider 2, when you actually have the shoe in hand, they feel a lot more premium than they really are. The shoe also fits extremely well, and you get all of this for just $100, which isn't bad at all. And also, they're not hard to find on discount. So if you do, and you like this shoe, then good for you. Now the next shoe on our list is one of my favorite performance basketball shoes of the year, and a really pleasant surprise. I'm talking about the Nike Air Max Impact 4. I think this shoe is one of the best performance basketball shoes overall I've tested this year, and coincidentally, I think it's a really good outdoor option as well. This shoe has excellent traction, both indoors and outdoors. The rubber on the sole is super durable. The traction pattern is deep set. That thing looks like a tractor tire.
It's the best. Love it.
That herringbone traction pattern works great. It helps to keep the shoe affordable, and it just works really well, especially outdoors. In terms of cushioning, we have a foam midsole and an air unit in the heel. Now, I'm not 100% certain on the foam they're actually using in the midsole. It would make sense that it's Phylon, but if it's Phylon, this is some really nice Phylon. It offers a really good combination of impact protection and reactiveness, and it just works really well. Then we have that air unit in the heel, which isn't the best implementation for a cushioning system. Cushioning in the heel really doesn't do much, unless you do some unexpected movement that crashes your heel into the court. Or actually, if you're a slasher that likes to finish at the rim, chances are that you're gonna get bumped off course, and you're not always sure how you're gonna land on your feet. Then you might appreciate this type of setup. Heel bruises are no laughing matter. The materials on the Nike Air Max Impact 4 are way on the cheap side, but they work really well. The shoe fits 1-to-1, you get a lot of containment and really good lockdown, and they keep the shoe lightweight and breathable. Now, breathability normally isn't an issue for me unless I'm playing outdoors. If you're out there baking your feet in the scorching sun, every little bit of breathability you can get is much appreciated. And you get a ton of it with the Air Max Impact 4. And then there's the price, which makes this shoe all the more attractive. The shoe retails for $95, which honestly is super reasonable. And again, I've seen the shoe on discount on a bunch of sites, so if you can get them for anything lower, it's a steal. And now for the number one shoe on our list, and this might be the ultimate outdoor basketball shoe. The Nike KD15 retails for $150. It excels in everything you want out of an outdoor hoop shoe. We have a really excellent traction pattern that grips the court like no one's business. It's very reminiscent of the traction pattern that we saw on the Kobe 9, which offers some of the best traction of all time. The KD15 isn't exactly on that level, but any similarities between the two is high praise. And on top of that, if you pick up a colorway with a solid rubber outsole, the rubber compound is durable enough to withstand the wear and tear of outdoor play. And on top of that, you can find XDR versions of the shoe as well. And that rubber compound is specifically formulated for outdoor play. So if you can get your hands on an XDR version of this shoe, that's what I would suggest. But in any case, with just that solid rubber outsole, you should have more than enough. As far as cushioning goes, we have a perfect setup to play outdoors. We have a full-length foam midsole, in this case Cushlon, and a full-length Zoom Strobel. This setup offers a ton of impact protection. It keeps the shoe reactive. You still have some court feel. It's a really stable setup as well. It's just a really great all-around cushioning system. Now, personally, I prefer something a little bit more reactive if I'm playing indoors, but if I'm playing outdoors and I need that little extra cushioning, the KD15 is just perfect. As far as the materials, if we're judging this shoe as a signature model, the materials are pretty cheap, but that's not what we're doing.
What is going on around here?
We're judging them as an outdoor option. And as far as an outdoor option goes, this material setup is actually really great. It's durable, it's lightweight, it's well ventilated. You get a ton of lockdown with that TPU cage. You have a really nice heel counter, and all of these should last you a long time. And even if they get dirty or scuffed, they should clean easily as well. The one drawback of this shoe, and it's a pretty big one, is the retail price, which is pretty steep if we're talking about an outdoor model. The price is justifiable somewhat if you're taking into account all the performance features you're going to get out of this shoe, but it's still on the expensive side. In comparison to the other shoes on this list, the Nike KD15 is easily the shoe that packs the most performance features. So if that's what you want, That's a sacrifice you're gonna have to make. What would make these shoes a must-have is if you see them discounted. If you were able to pick these up in that $100 to $120 range, now we're talking about a steal. So there you have it, our list of the best outdoor basketball shoes. But please let me know if there's any shoes that I left off the list that should have been on it. Also, let us know in the comments section what other lists you would like to see on the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to check out our content in Spanish, head on over to WearTesters en Español. You can also follow us on social media, turn on that notification bell, and until next time, guys, be good.